As Daisy plummeted into the bottomless cave, thirst drove her to gaze upward, hoping to catch any falling water. Just as she thought survival was within reach, a dark shadow rose from the icicles above. Before Daisy could sense the danger, a red light illuminated her face. Fortunately, the girl sought refuge in a cave. However, the surroundings were strange and unsettling, scattered women's clothing and walls etched with numerous desperate messages. In that moment, Daisy realized she had been deceived. 2 days ago, she had been an ordinary girl, but when she returned home, a mysterious woman appeared. From her father, she learned that the woman had been sent by the royal family to arrange a marriage, and the prince had chosen Daisy as his bride. For the sake of her family's honor, Daisy agreed to the union. The very next day, her family boarded a ship bound for the royal palace. As the ship sailed through the mist, a red flame appeared in the distance. No one knew what was ahead, but as they drew closer, they discovered that they had entered royal territory. What awaited them, however, was not a royal palace, but hell. Standing on the castle balcony, Daisy reflected on her situation. Becoming the prince's wife, she had thought, might not be as miserable as she had imagined. Watching the view outside, she noticed a woman in the opposite castle staring at her. Daisy smiled faintly. The next day, her father met with the royal family. The queen seemed eager for the marriage to take place, and after a brief introduction, she and Daisy's father began discussing wedding plans. The prince was then assigned to take Daisy for a walk. A few minutes later, Daisy and the prince were strolling through the garden. They seemed to be of a similar age, and their conversation flowed easily. As they talked, Daisy began to think that maybe this marriage wasn't all about political gain. After the meeting ended, Daisy noticed that her father's face was filled with worry. When Daisy's stepmother inquired about it, her father remained silent. Fearing something was wrong, the stepmother went to confront the queen. To her surprise, the queen was cold and indifferent, bluntly stating that the wedding was just a wedding, and that she didn't wish to have further contact with them. The stepmother grew increasingly suspicious. Later that evening, she approached Daisy and suggested that the wedding should not proceed, as something felt amiss. Daisy, though confused, couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. But before they could discuss it further, her father insisted that the stepmother leave. The next day, preparations for the wedding continued. Daisy donned her wedding dress and took the prince's hand, her heart full of romantic dreams. Before leaving, she bid her family a final goodbye. Then, strange things began to happen. The wedding venue was located at the top of a mountain, and all the royal family members were wearing masks. Daisy's unease grew stronger, and she began to suspect that something far darker awaited her at the end of this marriage.